we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to have our first question come from Ira Kaufman.
Carlton, you ever get together with Sean and Jamel and just look at each other and commiserate and say, man, it's not fair the way the rules are to play cornerback. This is the toughest position in football. You guys ever talk about that?
About how tough it is to play corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's just a well-known thing. That playing corner is a tough job. We know that going into practice and coming into this profession, that corners is one of the toughest jobs in the league. But we try our best to uplift each other and focus more on positive things because that's how you get the job done on the field. Focusing on what you can do rather than how hard the task is.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Greg Allman.
Hey, Carlton, I know the top three corners, all of you guys are still not too far removed from your own rookie years and your first training camps. I just want to see what you're seeing from Parnell Motley, what you like about him, and how you're trying to help him.
He's got good natural instincts as a corner, good feet, a good feel for the position. I watched him actually in college football the last 2 years, and I thought highly of him. And, it was just surprising to me to see that he went undrafted. But as you can see, he's a really good football player.
Thanks, Carlton.
Okay, our next question is from Rick Stroud.
Carlton, the other day, Bruce Arians said that you're a top 10 corner in this league right now. Do you feel that way? And even though you're your young age, do you kind of embrace being the leader of that group? I think, they've drafted, 7, 8, defensive backs here in the last 3 years.
Yeah, facts. I definitely feel like in the top 10 corners in this league. Yeah, I'm young, but I have a lot of experience over these last 2 years. And,
Right.
We have a young group, but if I have to fill that role, that's something I'm willing to do. That's something I think I'm prepared to do. Our coaching staff trust me to do a job, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability every time.
Day in and day out, you're going against Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. What kind of a training ground is that for you? And that battle always seems to kind of go back and forth each week.
It's been a great battle. Each day I'm getting better and better between Mike, Chris, Scotty, and the rest of the receivers. They're all so dynamic and different. I feel like every day we're pushing each other to get better. And, when the season comes, we'll be able to, show how hard we worked against each other and how much it's going to pay off.
Okay, next up is going to be Jenna Lane.
Hey Carlton, I've asked a number of the other DBs this question already, but it's been fun for me because everybody kind of has a different answer. What about going against Tom Brady, or I should say, how does going against him make you better? What specific areas has he helped you with?
He's just so good. Like, he's just really, really good. That's like the first thing that came to my mind. He's just so good. Like, his precision, his timing, his accuracy, going against him in practice every day has definitely made me better. I'm not sure I've ever matter of fact, I've never faced a quarterback like him. And just to go against him every day and have so many reps at it is making me better. Even in my film study, I'm starting to see what he sees and, how he's just kind of dissecting us before the play and what I could do to be better. So having him here and, having him to go up against has been tremendous for me. And it's been kind of like a dream come true to be able to go against one of the best ever or the best ever. So I can't even put it into words, honestly.
All right, next up we're going to have Mark Cook.
Hey, Carlton. The number 3 wide receiver battle in the offense is something that a lot of people have talked about. Obviously, we know what Chris and Mike can do. What have you seen from a guy like Scotty Miller, also Justin Watson? Where do you see those guys as far as improved over last year? And who are some of the other younger guys that you look at and you think to yourself, man, these guys are pretty talented football players?
I think J. Watt and Scotty really made strides in their game this year. I'm sorry about that. Scotty has become more reactive in his movements off the line, and his speed speaks for itself. Jay White has been more precise in his route running, and he's become more reliable in the medium pass catching game. And we got a lot of speedy guys that has that we had last year, but now they actually get a chance to show us what they can do in camp. So the young receiving group has been really challenging, even compared to Mike and them, because they all can do different things. Like Mike is he big, Chris Godwin is a little bit more of a possession receiver, Scotty's a speed, J Watt is a more of a possession but precise route runner, and they all give you different things. So I think the whole group has made an improvement just from going up against each and every one of them.
Thank you.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Tom Krasnicki.
Hi, Carlton. Good morning. Thanks for doing this. My question is about your play from last year down the stretch. You made great strides against guys like Julio Jones and DeAndre Hopkins. What did you take from those performances, and how can you apply that to, say, opening day when you have to face a guy like Michael Thomas?
What I can take from those performances is just confidence, but in actuality, that's in the past. I have to prove myself again this year. I have to put in the same work I put in those last several weeks to be prepared again. So that was a good stride for me. But coming into this year, it's a completely blank slate, and I've got to put it on film again. I got to continue to show up. So I'm not really living off the past. I'm more focused more on the future and creating new memories.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Luke Easterling.
Carlton, you talked a little bit earlier about, being young, but also having a lot of experience at this point. Jordan Whitehead, a guy that came in with you, is in kind of a similar boat in terms of his age and experience. You look at the corners and other DBs you guys drafted last year that had to play very early. Mike Edwards, Sean, and Jamel, those guys were kind of thrown into the fire. I think a lot of people think rookies, benefit from spending time just learning and before they're able to have a starting role. But what are some of the benefits to the fact that so many of you guys that make up that core of that defensive backfield have now been able to take advantage of the fact that you were just kind of thrown in there right away and learned on the job?
I think when you're thrown in the fire right away, it kind of shows you what you're made of. And for me, the sooner the better. The sooner you can learn, the more you can prepare better and learn from your mistakes. So I definitely think we've learned from our mistakes. We've been thrown in the fire. We've gone against the best in Julio Jones and all these other receivers that we've seen early and right off the back. So I honestly feel like, this year we're going to be able to take another step to being a better defensive core with all the experience that we have. Like you said, we've all got that year under our belt now, and a lot of experience under that belt. A lot of different things that we've seen from, like I said, the receiver types to the offensive scheme type. So, and we all kind of grew together because we all came in so early. So the chemistry has also been being built through that process. So this year we're really looking forward to just putting it all together as a group and just taking that whole step as a group, not just one individual, but as a whole defensive backfield.
It seems like you guys, most of that group, played musical chairs with your jersey numbers this offseason. Is that a conversation you guys kind of had together? It was like, I want that one. Well, that one's open now, and now I want it.
Nah, man. I actually changed my number. It was all random. I actually changed my number because of Kobe. Rest in peace to Kobe. And, that was just my salute to him. I'm not sure why the other guys changed their numbers, but they did, and it was just a coincidence. But I don't know. Maybe it's just a start of something new.
All right, we have time for just a couple more. We're going to go to Steve Isbitz.
Carlton, how well is Antoine Winfield fitting in, and what do you see from him in such a short amount of time?
He's a really fundamentally sound football player. He does everything right. He's always on point. He's a head smart kind of guy. Like you could tell he thinks the game before he plays the game. You know, he does everything the way it's supposed to be done, and I think he has a bright future ahead of him. You know, there's really I've seen nothing negative in his play. I haven't really seen a time where I felt like, you know, he should have done this better or done that better. And if it was, he always immediately got it corrected, asked for help. He's one of the better rookies on our team.
And during the online meetings this off season, it's a very different kind of situation. What was the big focus for the defensive backs online? What could you accomplish there?
Online, we was just trying to first learn the playbook, get back into the playbook, and make sure we know our calls and stuff. But you know, virtually, there's not much you can do, but just kind of talk and you know, talk about what you're going to do. And we just kind of grew together as far as chemistry, talked about what we would do on the film and how we seen different coverages and stuff. So during that time, we was really trying to just build our chemistry and trying to pick each other's brains.
And we have time for one more question. We're going to go to Janaline.
Hey, Carlton, back to going against Brady and everything. Is there anything specific that he's told you? Like Sean said that Brady's helped him with things like leverage and disguising his coverages a little better. So I didn't know if there's anything specific that he's talked to you about.
So believe it or not, Brady's a competitor. He's so competitive. And I haven't really asked him anything about that because I know I'm going up against him every day, and I just want him to give me his best, and I want to give him my best. So I haven't asked him those questions yet. That'll be something that I ought to do. I would have to do like after camp when it's more of a game plan against those guys kind of thing. I've asked him things about different corners he's faced against. He's faced like Gilmore and stuff, and he's gave me his opinion on that. But I haven't really asked him for things yet. I'll probably get to that after camp, and yeah.
All right, that's all for today, Carlton. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.